Today, we're going to tackle a common nighttime issue that many of us deal with: constant trips to the bathroom that interrupt our sleep. So if you're bothered by those late night bathroom runs that disrupt your sleep, I'm going to give you 5 tips to tame your bladder. I'm Dr. Alex Hill, your physical therapist for everything pelvic health. Let's get you a good night's sleep. So why do we often wake up during the night to go pee? Well, there are a lot of reasons, like increased fluid before bedtime, certain medications, or even underlying health conditions like diabetes or an overactive bladder. So let's go through my top tips to help you get some sound sleep. Tip number 1 is to manage your fluid intake. It's essential to stay hydrated throughout the day with plenty of water, but try to taper off your liquid consumption a couple hours before bedtime. Think about it. If you're drinking up until the time you go to bed, your bladder is going to fill while you're sleeping, and then bam, your bladder wakes you up to go empty. So limiting your fluid intake before bed will make sure that your bladder doesn't fill up as much during the night. But if you need to take medications at nighttime, go ahead, take them with sips of water. Tip number 2 is to avoid bladder irritants in the evening. This includes things like caffeinated, carbonated, acidic, sugary, and alcoholic drinks. Many of these drinks act as diuretics, stimulating your bladder and causing increased urination. Cut back on those beverages, especially in the evening when you're eating dinner and while you're finishing up whatever work you're doing or watching your TV shows at nighttime. And that will help to minimize those middle of the night trips to the bathroom. Tip number 3 is for those of you who get swelling in your feet, your ankles, or your legs by the end of the day. If you have swelling in your legs, then when you lie down to go to sleep at night, your legs are up, all of that fluid goes back into the circulatory system and can increase the fluid that gets filtered into the bladder, making it fill up and wake you up to go pee. So first, if you do have swelling, you haven't had it checked out yet, make sure that you get it checked out by a medical provider so they can determine what's causing that swelling. Next, make sure that you're wearing compression socks during the day. I have a link in the description below for Bright Life Direct where you can get a lot of different types of compression socks that you can wear during the day. These compression socks will help make sure that your legs don't get so swollen during the day, and they're going to be smaller. If they're smaller, they don't have as much swelling, there's not as much fluid getting back into the system. Second, you want to elevate your legs for at least an hour or 2 before bed to allow those fluids to get back into the system, and then you can go to the bathroom before you go to bed. I also have a link in the description below to my Amazon storefront that has some really great wedges for you to elevate your legs up on to help get that fluid out quicker. Tip number 4 is to retrain your bladder if you're getting up multiple times at night. If you're getting up 3, 4, 5 times at night, then you want to work on not getting up that 3rd and 4th time. So think about it. You emptied your bladder once already the first time you got up. So unless you're drinking throughout the night, your bladder really shouldn't be refilling that quickly that you have to go again within an hour or 2. So especially if you're getting up at the same time every night. So that means your bladder is just trained to get up at those times. So when you keep getting woken up at 12 a.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and then finally you actually get up to get the day going, we want to retrain that bladder that it doesn't have to wake you up at those certain times to go to the bathroom. So when you do get woken up, instead of going immediately to the bathroom, try to ignore that urge. Listen to some guided mindfulness or meditation, count backwards by 7s from 100, or listen to a calming song to get your brain off your bladder and get back to sleep. If you've been getting up often at nighttime for a long time, just know that this is going to take some work. It's not going to get better just 1 or 2 times of working on retraining it. It's going to take at least a couple days, maybe even weeks to retrain the bladder, but stick with it. All right, so our last tip number 5, is if the problem persists or worsens, work with a healthcare professional. Sometimes underlying health conditions or medications might be the cause of these nighttime disruptions. This includes things like sleep apnea, snoring, and diabetes, just to name a few. Consulting with a healthcare provider like a urologist, your primary care provider, a urogynecologist, or a pelvic health physical or occupational therapist can assess what's really going on, what's causing you to get up at nighttime, and give you the effective interventions that are tailored to you. If you're working with a medical provider, they may also recommend that you try different types of medication that can help with basically calming down those bladder urges and help you get a better night's sleep. All right, there you have it, folks. 5 effective but simple strategies to help you say bye-bye to those pesky nighttime bathroom breaks. Remember, quality sleep is crucial for overall health and well-being, so don't let those bathroom trips disturb your rest any longer. So if you found these tips helpful, please give me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any new content on pelvic health and bladder health.